Hello, my name is Amanda and I'm currently undergoing orthodontic treatment in preparation for double jaw surgery in 3 days' time, which is quite exciting. I've had my braces on for just short of 3 years. It's been quite a long, drawn-out experience, but I'm nearly at operation time, so quite excited really. I've had a couple of appointments in the run-up to the op. The first being an appointment about 3 weeks ago to put the surgical hooks on my braces, which was no big deal. They also took all the rubber or plastic ligatures off my braces and replaced it all with metal wire. I was sitting there with all sorts of metal wire sticking out of my mouth. It reminded me of that Poltergeist film. Anyway, show my age now. And yes, they've put the hooks on, which mildly uncomfortable, catching on my lips a bit, but it's not too bad. I mean, I put wax on every now and then, but I just eat my wax off, so it's not worth it. Then the week after that, I had a much longer appointment, which consisted of the pre-assessment and what they call the workup. The pre-assessment is where your overall health is checked. You speak to the nurse about any concerns you've got, past operations, just to check that your anaesthetic, that you're okay to have an anaesthetic. They check your height, your weight, they take a bit of blood, just check that you're okay. And the workup appointment is where they take every single measurement under the sun and you speak to your surgeon. So I had new moulds made, or snaps they call them. I had a wax imprint made, which is where they put in a little thin horseshoe of wax, and I had to bite into it. And considering my teeth only meet in one tiny place, I bet that was quite interesting. They measured I think they called it the cant, which is where they make you bite down on a tongue depressor, you know, a flat spatula, and they check to see if it's horizontal or if it tilts at all. They use something called a facial bow to take the kind of measurements of your, I don't know what it's for, you'll have to Google it. But anyway, they took facial measurements using the facial bow. I managed to squeeze in some x-rays and some photos as well, which is good, just before everyone went home. I also saw the surgical team. Even though I didn't see my surgeon, I saw some of the other guys, which was the most interesting bit actually, because when I first had my consultation about 5 years ago, the idea was sort of to move my bottom jaw round to make it straighter, because obviously I've got this asymmetry, and to move it back. And very early on in the treatment, they changed their mind and said, no, you're going to need upper and lower jaw surgery. So you're going to have to move your top jaw forward and we're going to have to move your bottom jaw back and round. And even up as far as this June, the idea was to move my top jaw forward and my bottom jaw back an equal amount almost. They've got 7 millimetres to play with. They've managed to get a 5 millimetre underbite, and considering that 5 millimetre underbite, considering a normal bite is about a 2 millimetre overbite-ish, little less, they've got about 7 millimetres that they can play with. So they were going to do 3.5 millimetres and 3.5 millimetres. But by the sounds of things, they've changed their mind and they're now going to move my top jaw all the way forward, 6 millimetres, and move my bottom jaw round to straighten it and only back a tiny amount, which is just an interesting change of tack really, but it's all going to be good. It's because I'm looking a bit flat here in my profile, which I'll show in a minute. I'm looking a bit caved in here, and I think it's where I had some teeth removed a few years ago in order to create this underbite. They've sort of slowly over time moved my top teeth back to fill gaps, and it's just given me quite a caved in look. So they've decided to sort of focus on my top jaw a little bit more. It's basically the same operation, same recovery, just a different outcome. So they were all my pre-op appointments. The plan of action is supposed to be that I go in on Thursday and I spend the night there Thursday. I'll be operated on Friday at some stage. Don't know the running order yet, but it's about a 4-hour operation, so I'm assuming I'll be one of the first in. Overnight Friday, and come home at some stage on Saturday, and then be wired shut and unable to do much for a few weeks up until Christmas. Going to have a very pureed Christmas lunch. But anyway, that's the supposed plan of action. But because I live so near the hospital, I sort of mentioned to the nurse about how near I lived. I normally walk to my appointments in about 20 minutes, so that's how near I live. I've sort of discussed whether I can go in on the Friday morning by 7 a.m. I could be there early, but it just means that I spend one less night in hospital, one more night with my kiddies. So hopefully that'll happen. But I need to confirm with them tomorrow. I need to phone them up tomorrow and just check the running order and check if that's still okay. And my dentist wants to observe the op, which I thought was really, but you know, he's got an interest as I was his referral. So yes, my own kind of personal preparation. I've been trying to keep healthy because I really don't want to be ill on the day of the operation. Obviously, this time of year, everyone's got coughs and colds and sniffles, and my entire family have been coughing and spluttering in my direction, which isn't good. So I've been taking multivitamins, and I stopped drinking a couple of months ago because I didn't want to be at all dehydrated. So I've just been trying to take care of myself. Having said that, I had quite a stressful couple of months for reasons I won't go into. Just quite a traumatic couple of months, and I've ended up losing about 10 pounds. So in the last 2 weeks I've been desperately trying to put back the weight I've lost in readiness for losing a load of weight when I have the op. But you know, I've also been putting together a bag of stuff that might be useful for me. Just things like tissues, loads of cold packs. I made myself some heat packs. That's a cinnamon one. That's a lavender one. I've seen loads of people's blogs and read people's blogs and stuff, and there seems to be a kind of a common consensus that if you combine cold with hot, sort of not to the beginning, I think at the beginning you put just cold compresses on to keep the swelling down, but once you've got the swelling and the swelling's peaked at day 5-ish, lots of people have said cold and then heat to bring the swelling back down. It's worth a go. So I've got my whiteboard, mum rules, in case my kids forget. Got myself a squishy thingy. I probably won't use half this rubbish, but anyway. Got a nasal aspirator left over from the kids. Some baby toothbrushes. Got myself a water pick as well. Although at the moment, every time I try and use it, I drown myself. So I think I might be doing it wrong. Got some menthol crystals. I've got arnica gel. Loads of people I've seen have had bruising sort of on their neck, under their chin. So I thought I'd give arnica gel a go. I'm not going to take the arnica tablets because I really don't believe in homeopathy. I'm really sorry, people. I think it's all a load of hooey. Because I've tried it and it just doesn't work for me. So, yes, I've got my little bag packed. So this is going to be the last post that I make this side of the op. As I say, I'm back home on Saturday, hopefully, with any luck. And I probably won't make any videos for a little while. I might see if my husband can video me looking a bit swollen and hilarious looking. I know it's going to be worth it, but I can't help but be a bit nervous, obviously. Just suddenly seems to have crept up on me. And like I said, because I've had quite a bad couple of months, I'm feeling a bit fragile. But I'm sure it's going to be fine. I have complete faith in the team, the surgical team, so I'll have to wait and see. Anyway, ta-ta for now. I shall speak to you with my lovely new face in the near future. Bye. Totally forgot to do my profile shots. Very important at this stage. So here's my bite from the front. Quite a mess. You can see my cross bite and my underbite. None of my teeth meet apart from my eye tooth there. So this is my right hand side. You can see. My left hand side. I never smile, so the reason being that when I smile I look like this. More of a grimace than a smile. So there you go, let's see what they can do. Bye.